I just got yelled at by someone. So I'm gonna. Are you guys ready then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna do the countdown right now. So 5, 4, 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to UKSG. I'm going to be your host, Jack of Hearts, for the next couple of games. Should have been the host in the last one, but there was a bit of a mix-up and a bit stuck. But this is Ratchet Deadlocked, run by Matthias. So I don't know much about this game, so I'll just let you take it away. If you want me to read out, or if there's any boring point, not boring, but if there's any points where you want me to just jump in or chime in, I can do. So just take it away, Matthias. Thank you.
Alright. Hello, my name is Mathias. I come from New Zealand, which is like the farthest away point from the UK that you can get. And this is Ratchet Deadlocked. This is the fourth game in the Ratchet and Clank series. It's more focused on combat rather than platforming like the OG trilogy before it. With commentary, I have my friend Ben here.
G'day.
Yeah. So this category is NG Plus no LC. So this is the New Game Plus or Challenge Mode category, and the no LC, there's a trick or a file manipulation in this game called load cancelling, which allows us to skip from the start straight to the final planet of the game, basically turning what a 40-minute speedrun into 6.5. So we don't do that in this run, so it's a much more fleshed out, enjoyable experience. Yeah, and we're basically ready to start. Okay, so we load up the file here. Time starts when you select the difficulty from this page here. We're playing Couch Potato because that's the easiest and it's the fastest. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cool. So right away in this game, we start off with a skip that you wouldn't have even seen. It's called Clankless. We set up by starting the game and saving with a specific view type with third person instead of lock strafe. We generally play the game in lock strafe. We skip a bunch of tutorial dialogue. So we allow you to set that up before you start the run so you don't have to sit through, I believe it's 10, 20 seconds of just look to the left, look to the right. So we just skip straight through that. I'll just introduce myself real quick. I'm Ben J. Lin. I'm from Australia. I sometimes run this game. There is, for donations later on, a 2-minute auto scroller, which will be just an amazing point for donations. So we'll let you know when that's time to just go ham. So yeah, as Mathias said, this is the fourth game in the Ratchet and Clank series. It breaks the formula a bit from the original three. So while the original three are sort of more open games, this is a series of challenge missions. So conveniently, we're in New Game Plus here, so we don't have to do a bunch of extra content. We only have to do the main story missions. There's no gated progression because we've already met all of the required checks for that. So this game is a really easy game to get into in terms of Ratchet and Clank speedrunning because there's only 3 main speed techs, which have all been shown off pretty much at this point. No, sorry, only 2 of them have been. But we'll get into them. So don't worry about the fact that there's a million things happening and we're 3 seconds in and we haven't explained it. We'll get through all of the explanations. We're already on to the second planet, which is Catacrom 4. So we've finished our sort of tutorial hub planet. This game is just go fast in this category. So there's 3 main techs in this game. There is sort of neutral sliding tech where you preserve your momentum. So you're charging with the charge boots. You then throw out a flail or some other weapon and you preserve your momentum. There's the other main tech we use is a thing called hyperstacking, which again uses sort of state cancelling. Ratchet, when he jumps up and does a sort of a swing attack with his wrench, is able to gain a little bit of height, and you can go into a menu and cancel your state and gain infinite height by repeatedly doing that. And the third main tech is mine clipping, which is just a form of clipping out of bounds. With this Landstalker, again, these missions are just coming right at us. The Landstalker right here at the start, we saw that we fired off a Rhino Blast in the previous mission to blow up an anchor so that we didn't have to blow it up with the Landstalker because the Landstalker is slow. The Landstalker moves faster when sidestepping like we've been doing. So now here we are onto one of the first sort of arena missions. This is just 5 rounds of combat. The number of enemies is fixed. All the spawn points are fixed. There's very little actual RNG and randomness in this game.
So,
so we just memorize where the locations
from enemy spawn locations, remembering those.
Yeah, so we just know once you've done this enough times that that where everything is. You also forgot to start the timer.
Did I?
Well, not you, but
you
the timer is not currently running.
Well, you can
say forgot to start this timer. I just looked at chat.
Okay, I mean, I've got my own one running, so I can tell you that.
I mean, we're just on world record pace. We're just that good. We're coming into the 3rd planet, which is Sarathos. Another just super quick planet. A lot of these early planets are just very, very far. So what's going on? So we're just going to come up here to this door. We're going to use our mine clipping to go through the door, and that'll be the end of it.
You do have to get the bots to hack the door anyway, because it's not going to spawn the enemies in here until they're hacked.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it was killing that dropship ends the mission. So you just use the rifle to kill it faster. Yeah.
Yep. And here's one of our main examples of hyperstacking. In any percent or other categories, you have to go all the way around. In this, because we're in challenge mode, and we've unlocked a thing called the Ninja Skin, we move faster.
Yeah,
we move, I believe it's 25% faster.
Yeah.
And so we're able to just yeet ourselves across that gap, and poof, we're at the end of the mission. This mission is, you're meant to run around with a car, turn 3 bolt cranks. That's slow. So instead, we just climb up the back of the arena, get in the back ways. The great J-Hobbs once said that Ratchet and Clank level design had the end at the beginning, and that's true for most of the levels in this game. There's sort of 2 types of levels, sort of arena combat levels and sort of more platforming traversal levels. This mission is the sort of boss mission for this planet. You have your combat bots who replace Clank in this game, have to go around and hack all of these orbs, and that'll cause a boss to spawn in the middle of the arena. So what we can do here is we can just have these Leviathans. We just place down a bunch of mini turrets. In any percent you use mines, and as soon as the boss spawns, it'll just die.
Yeah, because we have...
and then that'll be the level.
Yeah, because we have the Arbiter, which is this massive rocket launcher that actually is super powerful. Alright.
Yes.
Now we have...
So now we're coming to Kronos, which is the longest planet.
Yeah, I think it's the longest planet.
It's the longest planet in every category, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, especially any percent, because it has the most missions. It has the most story missions in it at 7. All of the others have 3 or 4.
Yes, and several of these missions are more of the sort of traversal style, where it's you just got to get to the other side of the map. I do like the aesthetic of Kronos.
Yeah.
It's always a good-looking level.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
this
like
is a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah, it looks like it was kind of
we do play it on the PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Yeah, sorry.
It was originally released on PS2, but we play it on PS3 because of the faster loads than PS2.
Yeah.
That was kind of clutch. Didn't pull my flare out in time. But anyway, big boss here, who you kill him. We'll see him later. He comes back a couple other times. And
yes,
then,
that shell shock is sort of a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. Or am I getting him confused with Reactor? Dan, are you in chat?
Good question actually. I don't know.
The story of this game is actually a lot of fun. Like, it's got the sort of same humor writing as the original Ratchet and Clank trilogy. It's well worth a play. And again, this game is highly accessible from a speedrunning or a casual perspective. It was released on the PS2 in PAL countries. Please, for the love of God, don't play it on the PS2. It runs at 50 frames per second and is bad. But on the PlayStation 3, which is what we play on, the loads are faster. We obviously allow SSD modding of PlayStation 3s because it's very accessible, so the loads are very fast. And all PS3 versions run at the American 60 FPS. So
I would say if you
it's
have
a good fun time.
I would say if you have access to the NTSC copy, play the game casually on PS2 because there are lots of artifacts in the cutscenes of the PS3 version that just look awful. So
Yes.
yeah. I mean,
whether or not Ratchet's helmet fits on his head doesn't change the fun of the game.
Yeah, I know, but it's like the most obvious one of those is, what is it? Like, when you first go into the battle room, it's like clipping inside his face. It's clipping inside, the camera clips inside Ratchet's face, basically. Which doesn't look the greatest. Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was another shell shock mission. So, Kronos is very structured. It's like, you want to
Traversal, boss, traversal, boss, traversal, boss.
But yeah, basically. And then
the sort of lore of the planet is you're turning on these two spotlights to open the door to get into this sort of citadel area to defeat the boss. This is a multi-phase boss fight, but because loading zones, we just clip our way to the final section, and the boss will be there at the correct amount of health. And we have a timer now. Woo!
I am very inconsistent.
No longer.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a tricky clip. In any percent, you go up, you sort of hyper stack up to the top of the roof, and you jump on down in. But it is faster when it works to just yeet yourself through the door. It's another instance of just we have max level weapons with very good modification setups, and it just melts boss health. So bosses aren't really a problem. Enemies aren't really a problem. We're on couch potato difficulty, so the enemies don't pack much of a punch. They don't hurt very much, and they just die.
So
interspersed amongst various planet levels, we have to come back to Dread Zone, which is the sort of name of the big arena show lore thing. And we have to do a series of arena challenges. So this is one of the sort of more classic Ratchet and Clank of like, you just got to kill a bunch of enemies within the time limit. The time limit is hilariously generous.
Yeah, so I mean, Dread Zone, you can kind of treat it as like the Annihilation Nation of Deadlocked if you played Ouya, because Annihilation Nation has arena and gauntlet-based challenges as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is sort of the hub of this game. They were trying. This game came out in I think 2005.
Yeah.
It was an edgy time.
Yeah, I've said it before, but Deadlocked was released on my exact birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, October 25th, 2005. It's like a lot of
with this mission, you just got to be careful in a couple of places not to kill specific enemies, or you will soft lock. Yeah. This game has several soft and hard locks. So a soft lock being that like the level won't end, a hard lock being your console crashes. You're not a true Ratchet Deadlocked runner until you have experienced several soft locks. Most notably the corkscrew.
And but thankfully that's only 80% and hundo.
Yes, we don't have to deal with some of the more finicky missions in this. But there are problems such as if you charge boot too soon after starting some missions, your console will crash, which is just a wonderful bug to have. This mission is another traversal mission. We're just climbing to the top of the tower. It's just optimized standard movement. And that's what really separates really top-tier runners of this game from just any old speedrunner. The basic tech is very easy to pick up, but Dan MCD always says that like this is a game of just micro optimizations. There's lots of little shortcuts, right, where you charge boot across a platform there, you fire your gun to preserve your momentum, and then you just chain it into the next jump, and it's all very swish when you can pull it off. But
I mean, I think
it doesn't cost you.
Yeah, I think we're all
too much time.
Yeah, we're all kind of ignoring the obvious. We're all kind of ignoring the obvious runner of this game.
Yeah. Swedish Muka man who is the best at this game. Other runners worth shouting out, well, if we're just going to talk about runners, is Mobius, who dominates the IL leaderboard for this game.
Yeah, he's got like world record in every single one of them. I don't actually remember how many there are in this game. But
there's a fair few.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is yet another planet. This is Shah. We just yeet ourselves at the end trigger there and die, and the mission counts as completed. This is one of the worst missions in the game. We have to turn 4 bolt cranks, combat bots, fully upgraded, so they're less likely to die than they do in any percent. But they are still reasonably fragile. There is something like 4 turrets that can hit you in this next section, and you can get very stuck with multiple turrets shooting at you and just ending your day. You also have to be mildly careful with the flail, because the flail cancels your iframes, and so what can happen is that if you run up to one of those machine guns and try and hit it with a flail and it's shooting at you, your health will just evaporate, which is very sad when that happens to you.
Yeah. I mean, at least you don't play on exterminator difficulty.
Yes, so there's several difficulties of this game. The only 2 that we care about for speedrunning is Couch Potato, which every category uses, and Exterminator, which is the hardest difficulty, which you only unlock after completing the game. And we only care about Exterminator difficulty in 100%.
Yeah, which is...
and for setting up this file.
Yeah.
So
the 100% category of Deadlocked is called All Exterminator cards. So there's these 6... Exterminator trading cards that you can get by completing various checkmarks, like buying all the weapons, buying the mega versions of the weapons, reaching a certain amount of nanotech, reaching a certain amount of dread points, etc. One of them is beating every single challenge in the game, including the extra challenges on Exterminator difficulty.
Yeah, which is the painful bit of...
Which is, Oh no!
Of 100%.
Okay.
This planet also shows off the start of something. Because this is a PS2 game, what you can do with some of these bolt crank missions is set the bot to hack a bolt crank and then just leg it, and the enemies will despawn. So here we come into Auxon, which is a very famous planet from Ratchet and Clank 1. Makes a brief appearance here in Deadlocked. This first mission is just hack 2 orbs. You're meant to hack a bunch of orbs and run around in this big circle, but what we do is we trigger the bots to hack the first door.
Come on, please.
We click through.
Please tell me we're all right. Please.
And then have your bots hack the final orbs, because the final orbs are active as soon as you start. So you can just go straight to the end. This mission, there's 6 bolt cranks scattered around in this sort of big circle, and you just gotta turn them all.
He died as soon as he teleported.
Unfortunately, this level isn't big enough to utilize our strategy that we do on some other planets, where we would just set the combat bot going and leg it and let the enemies despawn. Yeah, I know. I love that the missions clear faster than I can explain them. So you just have to destroy the... Sorry?
Kind of poor ammo management there. I'm out of flail ammo, so I'm having to resort to magma cannon. But I got some back.
Oh, well, let's back up. So all you have to really do is destroy the laser turrets that spawn at each of the bolt cranks, and then set your bots going. And they should be fine, but sometimes they're not, and that makes you very sad, because your bots not being fine is very not fast.
Yes.
What you can do with some of these bolt crank ones is if you get to the final bolt crank in time, you'll just turn it yourself manually, because it's faster than waiting for the bots.
Please don't screw it up. Okay. So, this one... Also, this is not a truly 100%ed file, because there's a gadget that you don't have called the shield link. If you buy...
Yes, I was about to explain the shield link.
If you buy the shield link, so basically the shield link, it's this device that allows one bot to make a shield around the other bot.
Yes.
Which
and the problem with the shield link is that when you buy it, it sounds great, because now your bots won't go down when turning bolt cranks, hacking orbs, or whatever. But it effectively halves your the speed at which your bots can do tasks like this. where it's a room full of orbs and they just have to hack all of the orbs. So we don't buy the shield link explicitly. But it doesn't stop us from getting ninja mode, so we don't care. This mission, you are meant to run around in the Landstalker and blow up the sort of anchors anchoring these spectator boxes down. But it's just faster to get out, charge boot around with the charge boots, and use the Harbinger, which is the Rhino equivalent for this game, to just blow up the anchor nodes. And bingo, bango, bajingo, we're done with Orcs on, and we can move on to the next tournament.
Yeah.
There's no, because this game is, this category is no LC, we do end up going to all of the planets. So it's just a series of very, very short, sharp planets that's just boom, 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 boom. As you can see, I've just barely had a moment to catch my breath between everything that's going on. This mission is a sort of slower mission. This mission, there's 5 rounds. You only have access to one weapon, which is the Hunter Mine Launcher. Conveniently, they give you infinite respawning ammo, but the ammo doesn't spawn back at the rate you use it, so you can run out of ammo. And you just have to place around these freeform mines all over the arena. We mostly know... I assume you probably have the enemy positions memorized. I don't. I just spray a bunch of mines in a circle.
Not entirely. Like, I mean, I always make sure to have at least one mine on each side, because that's just good safety practice. But, yeah. Actually,
Now, with the mines, you can only have out a maximum of 8 big mines at a time. Because the mines are leveled up, when the mines blow up, they'll spawn out several littler mines, but we don't care about that. We're also using the freeze mod on mines for lag reduction strategies. And we'll talk about lag reduction later in the game when I have less to say. But effectively, it means that organic enemies spawn out faster because this game, even on the PlayStation 2, has a lot of lag problems. So here we are. We've finished the challenge. On to the next one. This one is another instance of turn a bunch of bulk cranks and get to the end. So we said the bots turning. They're meant to... switch out the grind rail. You're meant to take the grind rail, but it's faster to not take the grind rail. So you just come, you charge boots down the tunnel, you set the bots going, and you keep on moving. You do have to be a little bit careful with this mission in particular, because even once you've gone, the enemies quote-unquote despawn, in that they can't damage your combat bots. Their hitboxes don't despawn. So if you're unlucky, you'll set a bot turning a bolt crank, and the enemy will have gotten in its way, and it just can't finish turning the bolt crank, and you have to go back and get it. Conveniently, bots can take damage and don't get knocked off bolt cranks, but if you're turning a bolt crank by hand and get knocked, you'll get knocked off the bolt crank. This is reactor, high reactor, bi-reactor. It's sort of like a parody of all these sort of big sports stars.
It's like, I mean, for some reason I can remember it, but the boss in the next tournament is the Eviscerator, and I read it. I don't know exactly how accurate it is, but apparently according to some lore of the game, he is so skilled and so precise that he could cut out a contestant's endocrine system and hand it to them.
Right.
I don't know how that would work logistically. Because I don't know what you...
Anyway, we swear that there's geometry here. You just can't see it. This is a mission... We're now on the Valix belt, where you just... it's one of the sort of more true out-of-bounds. We just yeet ourselves out of bounds at the start of the level, climb up some terrain, and then throw ourselves to the end. Nice and quick. That trick works in any version of the game. The terrain is very solid in most places. And you just... pretend like you run it, turn the bolt crank, then we're onto the hover ship.
So now we have hover ship missions. These suck. I mean, they're not super
welcome
bad.
to the PlayStation 2, where every game had to have every single different kind of minigame in it. I'm surprised there's not a cooking minigame in this game. There are 4 different vehicles in this game. There is the hover ship, the hover bike, the Puma, and the Landstalker. And arguably the turret, but we don't see the turret.
Unless you play any percent. Because turret trouble.
Unless you play any percent.
Which everybody hates.
Turret trouble. Everyone hates. So this mission kind of sucks because the hover ship doesn't do enough damage to blow up a lot of enemies. You'll see that you sort of hit them and they just fly way back, which is a real pain because you'll go to move on and an enemy will be stuck in the terrain. This mission, you just follow. There's every level of this game has an in-game timer, and so we have an IL leaderboard, which is what we were saying. Mobius just dominates. And so the strategy for a lot of these vehicle missions in all categories is to just do the IL strats. So in this, there's a set order we go around to these different platforms in, which is the optimal order. And you just sort of pray that your enemies don't get knocked back too badly.
So the reason,
there's only 12 platforms that we're coming to.
The reason that we don't do the we don't do the IL strats in the full run because they're recorded using in-game time, and because hyperstacking uses a pause menu, which pauses the in-game timer, ILs just hyperstack everywhere.
Yeah, so ILs, there's many missions where the IL strategy is not the optimal strategy, but generally for vehicle missions where there is no hyperstacking, that is the technique.
Anyway, this mission, you're supposed to hack a bunch of orbs, but you can just clip through the doors and the mission still is fine. Yeah.
Now, we've talked about hyperstacking a fair bit as one of the sort of hallmark techs of this game, and there's two sort of rhythms to hyperstacking. There's one rhythm that gets you lots of height, and there's another rhythm that gets you lots of distance, and we sort of have to use the distance rhythm there to get across the platform. I believe you can do it in 2 or 3.
Yeah, I do 3 just to be safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I generally end up doing 4. Some of these missions you might think, but wouldn't it have just been faster to come out and yeet yourself to the end? But there's a lot of weird and wonderful death planes all around.
Yeah. So there's lots of dead
momentum
space where it's like you can't input if you're in that area. And with the clipping through doors, like there are actually you cannot clip through places where the game wouldn't have intended you to go otherwise. Like, we only clip through doors that you would normally go through, because if you try to clip through any other surface or any other wall, the game will insta-kill you.
Yes, and there are several doors that you can clip through in the wrong way, and you can still die. So you do have to be a little bit careful of that.
This
mission, we're now on a totally new planet. We're now on Torval. This is apparently some Ace Hardlight toy factory, according to the lore. Basically, all we got to do for this mission is blow up these turrets and hack the orbs that sit under them, nice and quick. And that's all you got to do to get to the end of this particular mission.
And now we have the hover bike. And we're actually not going to use the hover bike mostly. Okay.
So what we do, this is Seek and Destroy. This is a lovely mission. So first off, the drones that you're trying to kill cheat, and they fly during the cutscene. So you restart the challenge to restart their position. And the technique is a little bit different for
almost
New Game Plus to any percent. You just get off your hover bike and blow them up using the Arbiter and the large amount of area of effect that it has. This mission will really highlight the fact that enemies despawn when you get far enough away.
I'll pull up the map just to show it. You can see the red dots that are disappearing as you get far enough away from them.
Yeah, so we just hit each bolt crank, we mark it, and then we just leg it to the next bolt crank, and we just have to trust in our combat bots to not mess it up. So,
Alright,
you didn't get the swag jump, but that's okay.
I mean, you can do. It's kind of a proxy off that turret and land up on that platform there, but it doesn't matter.
It's okay if you don't. It doesn't actually change anything at all, but it's mega swag points.
Yes.
This mission is you just got to blow up the statue. People tend to ask me, Ben, does the statue damage you if you stand too close to it when it blows up? And the answer is no.
No, actually,
I like to stand at Ace Hardlight's
I
feet
can demonstrate this.
Show it off.
I can demonstrate this. If my bots can be competent and place bombs.
Yes, this is an instance where the combat bots are frustrating. Muckerman swears the bots are deterministic. Everyone who isn't Muckerman says that the bots are not deterministic. It's also a mission that's a lot nicer in co-op, hilariously enough. So this game has multiplayer. The multiplayer servers are back.
Yeah.
And this game also has couch co-op, for which me and Dan MCD, who's in the chat for ESA, hold 3 of the 4 world records for. Co-op is a lot of fun for a lot of the bot stuff, because things like planting bombs, you just press the triangle button and can move on.
Yeah.
Here we are in the next tournament. I believe this is the tournament which has the 2-minute auto-scroller in the middle, so get ready to read some donations soon. If you're thinking about donating, it's a fantastic charity, so make sure you get your money in. Got to represent the Ratchet and Clank community out there, boys.
Yeah. I suppose we can kind of talk about the weapon mods in that point as well.
Yeah, if we run out of donations, we'll talk about weapon mods.
So this is a cycling weapons challenge. So I actually need this one. So need 2 over there, 2 over there, and then I just got one. Okay, that's all right.
I think you just had a gold split. I can't hear the game, but
yes,
I believe
did.
Chad Pipes were playing.
Yes, sure.
Good
So
job.
I had to cancel. Like, I mean, I don't mean because idiot me forgot to disable my gold split sound, and it was just hang on.
Good job.
Yeah. Plus, I mean,
so that was a weapon cycling challenge. This is, as we've been saying, a 2-minute auto scroller. There's nothing we can do to speed up this challenge. In any percent, you just have to stand there and take it.
I mean,
this mission is a bunch of bombs falling from the sky.
It's good flail XP in any percent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are going to throw it over for any and all wonderful donations to read out. There's a brilliant timer on screen, so you can just let rip.
Alright, thank you very much. I also want to apologize because I mispronounced your name earlier. We've got a couple of... I'm terrible at pronunciation. But yeah, we do have a couple of donations here. We got $10 here from Bowden with no comment. But thank you very much. That came in throughout the last run, at the end of the last run. We have $10 here from Enamel saying, matching Ozamon's donation. GG's on getting the ape out. And lastly, we have another $10 from Ozamon. I think these donations might have come in the wrong order, but thank you very much, both of you. Ozamon says, I'm a man true to my word, and while I only died 3 times, here's to tripling that money and an extra $1 for all of my tech issues. Good luck to the rest of the runners, and enjoy UKSG. Get this donation in for a wonderful cause. Money going towards that bonus Celeste run. We'd love to see someone shred the guitar and speeding up the mountaining at the same time. Yeah, thank you very much for all those donations, guys. And yeah, and remember, everything is going to straight to Crisis. So it's a fantastic charity, and if you want to get your donations, in. I will mention very quickly at the end of the first day of UKSG, we have the Cyberpunk 2077 run, and there is an incentive towards that. There's only $100 left, but if you get the $100 in, we get to see Keanu Reeves riding a roller coaster. And back to you, Mathias.
Right, yeah.
I did it again.
Before we explain the game too much, because I'm not a UKalian, tell me a bit about this charity, because I'm curious as to what they do, what they're all about.
Of course, you put me on the spot here, and I'm using a very, very old laptop where it takes about 20 minutes to refresh the page. So give me a second to bring that up.
Yeah, anyway.
No worries. We're in another boss fight.
And he's dead.
He's in, he's out. He has a shield. The Rhino doesn't care. I just called it the Rhino. It's the Harbinger in this game, but it's the Rhino. It's very fast. Just blink and you miss it with all of these different boss fights. Here we're on to Stygia, which I believe is your personal favorite level in terms of lore and aesthetics.
Yeah, and so actually, this is the greatest IL story of all time. This challenge.
Yes, I love this IL story. Do you want me to tell it, or do you want?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so this mission is you've got the Landstalker. You've got to blow up several hard targets scattered throughout the level. It's a linear level, but Mobius, the man, the myth, the legend, we've spoken about him many times, has an unbeatable IL for this. So in the background, you might be able to see occasionally there are meteors falling down. Those meteors have collision. Mobius, in a god tier IL run, has a meteor come down and destroy one of or the last hard target on the central core. And so he is multiple seconds ahead of the next closest person. And nobody
will ever beat that.
Unless you get the same god tier 1 in a million RNG luck.
Yeah.
You will never be able to beat this record.
Yeah.
So, big ups to Mobius. He's a massive person in the Ratchet and Clank community.
Yeah.
A real force. Say hi to him if you ever meet him. He's a cool dude. And yeah, big props to Mobius for really
He is also Australian
establishing
as well.
Deadlocked ILs. Yes, he's also Australian.
Okay, we're good.
We won't hold that against him.
Yeah. I mean, I know friends who, I mean, I don't mean, I've got someone who has an emote of someone throwing the United States into a rubbish bin. So, take that for what you will.
Yeah. Anyway, this is another mission of just turning bolt cranks. So we just set the bots on the bolt cranks, blow up the enemies, just bingo bango. We get to the end nice and quick. We hope our combat bots don't die. Now we're on to this next mission. This next mission is has a technology that you don't necessarily notice straight away, called fast bots, which I don't know if you managed to get.
I should be.
I don't even know if it's called fast bots. I'm just making up names for techs.
I know. Oh, I could have added an incentive to this one, but I completely forgot about it.
Yes, but anyway, I'll just explain the tech real quick. Basically, what you do is you regroup the bots as you sort of nose down on the hover ship there, and it causes the bots to sort of split up and hack quicker. And it's something like a 40-second time save that you don't even necessarily notice if you get it. Where the bots will split up and they will just start hacking orbs faster than they otherwise would. Not exactly... I know there are people in the community who can explain this trick way better than me that understand why, but I'm not exactly sure why it happens. But most of the enemies are outside of range. Their ammunition despawns before they hit the bot, so you can just chill in the hover ship there for a second. This is another very short mission. There's sort of 3 jutting out sections of this triangle. You kill all the enemies on each of these sort of jutty out bits, and yeah, then the mission is over, and then we're on to the next planet.
Yeah.
So, boom. And now we're on to, I believe, Meraxis.
Yeah.
Which is one of the best planets in the game, because canonically, they've locked up our combat bots.
Yeah.
They're gone. We don't need them.
So, yeah, this mission has, yeah, so the idea of this one is that you've got your 2 combat bots have been taken away, you need to go and free them out. But, first one, you free the first one in this mission.
Can't I just leave them there?
I mean, one of them has suddenly decided that he's free.
Yeah.
Oh wait, anyway, while I'm
We were
here,
just driving around.
while I'm here, I wish I could do I wish I could ask for a poll. Do I attempt bin strats since you're here?
You're gonna go for this one.
I think that's just like a trademark of Deadlocked at a marathon anymore. Try bin strats.
You gotta do Ben Strats for the swag. It's my single contribution to this game and this community.
It helps
so we gotta try Ben Strats.
It helps the IL, but it hinders the full run.
Yes, so this is another one of these missions which we just kind of don't care about, where you've just got the Puma, hit a bunch of bolt cranks, get to the end. Dan says poll result is a yes, so Dan says you gotta do it, so you gotta do it. Please attempt Ben Strats. Yes. This is another mission where we just...
So this is like the
clip our way to the end.
This is the one case of clipping where the game doesn't continue to go, does not kill you.
No, that door opens in multiplayer.
Oh, does it? I don't even think you can
Yes.
you don't even think... Okay. Here we go.
Because that door can open in multiplayer, that counts as a door. So this is Ben Strats we're going to go for. Basically, it's an IL strategy where I found where this door at the end of the mission doesn't have collision on top of it. And you can just fly through the roof. We got it, though. You may have died, but we got it. And that shows off that, like, if you clip in a place where you're not supposed to clip, the game will just kill you. That's one of the rare instances, though, where the end level trigger is just through that door, and so you land it, and the level ends. So, massive shout-outs for the big swag. I found that for after 2 hours of throwing myself at the door because I was bad at clipping. We're now back at Dread Zone. This is another one of those just shoot a bunch of stuff missions. I know there's a couple of donations in the can, so having come off the big high of landing Ben Strats, I'm going to throw over to a couple of cheeky donations while we get through these rounds.
Yeah, because you're nothing to What else is there?
Okay, I'm going to keep talking then, I guess. So,
Yeah, okay.
These rounds are another instance where you just sort of have a bunch of enemy layouts memorized.
Yeah.
So we know
Yeah.
vaguely where people are going to spawn. The guns we get are set. This is the one and only time you'll see the B11 vaporizer in this entire run.
Well, I mean, I generally say the B6 is good. I generally say the non-upgraded version of the weapon, that it's the same thing. Like when I say the Harbinger. Also, all our weapons are at V99. This game has the highest weapon level out of any game in the series. And the benefits of V99 is that you have rainbow ammo.
Yes, rainbow ammo should make a comeback. Everybody loves the rainbow ammo.
It appeared in ACID, if I remember right, with V10. I think it did. Yeah.
So now we're getting into some of the more gimmicky levels of the game. The gimmick of this mission is that as you kill enemies, you move faster, which stacks with our ninja skin. So you move pretty insanely quick by the end of this mission, which is great.
Oh my, okay, yeah. And actually,
but we're also coming to the part of the game where lag reduction starts being more important. So we'll explain this game. So this game is, as we said before, the PS3 port of a PS2 game that was iffy. Sometimes.
I'm going to try to hear Ace Highlight is Ace Highlight, despite being the toughest exterminator, is the easiest boss in the speedrun. Done.
Yes, he's like 4 seconds, even if you're not like doing Uber IL strats.
I mean,
so there's lots of
IL strat does a load cancel technically.
Yes.
So you can't.
So
yeah, this is where the regular NG Plus run starts.
Yes. This is the final planet of the game. We just yeet ourselves to the end. But yes, as I was saying, with lag reduction, there's a couple of things that we have to do to reduce lag, such as looking at the floor, because this is a wonderful port of a PS2 game. This is the one mission where you don't want to charge boots straight away because you'll hard lock the console, which is always a lot of fun. So you want to look at the floor, and we use specific... we use the freeze mod on a bunch of stuff, because as I was saying before, organic enemies despawn quicker with fewer particles with the freeze mod to the shock mod, which is the other sort of mod that we would consider using for the speedrun. And so, because they're just gone as opposed to doing a death animation, it massively reduces the lag. So we just clip through another example of you just got to get to the end and do hit the one trigger. There's stars on the minimap telling us to go to the other side of the level. We can ignore them. We just clip through some walls, run to the end, and then we're just blowing up these 5 sort of computer terminals in this last room. Very big and fast. And then we have a hover ship mission. The hover ship mission is pretty boring, so I'll throw over to donations.
Yeah.
But
it's better than the one on Valix, but it's still not super amazing.
Yes. Yeah. So if we have some donations, we'd love to hear them. Or not. Okay.
So
we're just going to this mission. We follow the IL route again. It's a hover ship mission.
It was actually like this run was shown at GDQ 2018, I think, by Davey, and like this mission has been rerouted since then. So if you watch,
I still do the old route because I'm a boomer.
I'm sorry, was my mic not working?
Yeah, it was.
I think so because we've not heard.
I was told. I read out like 2 donations, and then you're like, "My mic's not working." I'm like, "What is going on?"
Whoopsies. Would you like to go now? We still have some time. There's nothing very exciting happening.
I'm sorry about that. I was just having
Dread Zone Interior, which is the most out of bounds in the entire run.
Alright, we'll just quickly explain Dread Zone Interior, and then I'll throw back to you.
No problem.
Your mic's working. Sorry about that. So, Dread Zone Interior. This is the final sort of victory lap of the game. 3 very similar levels. They're all get to the end and plant bombs. We now, in I think the last year, have found new out of bounds. Well, not me and Matthias, but like the community has found new out of bounds to let you just get to the final room in 2 out of 3 cases without the enemies spawning, which just revolutionizes how quick New Game Plus is and how much more consistent New Game Plus
Yeah.
is. So we just jumped through the top of a door frame there, and then we're able to just go straight out of bounds. So we have time for a cheeky single donation before I have to explain the next level.
Not to alarm anyone, but I am like 14 seconds ahead of my PB at this point.
Nice.
Alright, I just got a quick $20 donation here from Benjamin. It was donated at the beginning.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Why? Discord, why did you crash on me?
Excellent, Ratchet. Now, deactivate the second.
Please. This is not good. I need to... If I can just click on a stream. Sorry, I'm just kind of making this a lot more dramatic than it actually is. If there's a UKSG stuff, I need to be moved back in because the game,
No.
yeah, Discord decided to crash on me for some reason. So,
Right.
okay. I can't stream to Discord again, but West Generator's not. West Generator wasn't too kind to me because I had to do that. But
Right. Well,
yeah, so,
you'll probably just have to commentate yourself now.
yeah. Okay. So that's like. So the one that I just did West Generator was the single greatest time save in the entire, and honestly the entire game, because the original West Generator was just pain.
Yes. So it's everyone's favorite clip. If you have to learn one tech for running this game, it is worth learning West Gen. Many runs died the old West Gen.
Okay.
So, yes. Okay. We are coming up on the final planet. the final
mission. Yeah.
Which is Central Core. North Core?
Central
I
Core,
forget the name.
Yeah. East Gen, West Gen, Central Core.
Consistent of the 3 clips. Where you just are trying to get through this door. So we'll grab a cheeky donation now.
Okay, you can hear me this time?
Yes, oh my god.
I can hear you this
time. Oh my
time.
god,
Excellent.
first try.
Oh, well done, well done. We also have $25 here from Dan MCD saying, "Gladlocked, good luck, Matthias."
Thank you, Dan. He's the he's gone back and forward with Mucko Man for the any percent world record. Great guy. I went to university with him, and holds several of the co-op world records.
Yeah, and
it's a big deal that we got Central Core first try because it's very inconsistent.
Yeah, I'm just remembering, like, back in like October last year when Cam and I did the first co-op AEC, and then like 2 months later you came in and just
Destroyed it.
cut
the
the time in half. Great. Okay.
Yes.
Great. I just killed PB. Oh well.
Whoopsies.
Yeah. Yeah. Not kind to me.
Yes, bots were not kind. But now we're on to the final boss, which is
time
Vox.
is coming up soon.
Yes, time will be on the fade to black. We'll call it out, of course.
Yeah.
So Vox has 2 phases. Phase 1, we get him down to...
And of course, I get
all but
one cycle
hit
on
to
the
go.
time that I cannot PB.
Yes, so... he's gonna come out of his shield. He's down, and time will be...
And time.
Cool. So before we run away, just a couple of quick shout-outs. As always, shout-outs to the event for letting us be here, of course. Great charity you guys are supporting, so make sure you get your donations in to support a great cause. Obviously, big shout-outs to Matthias who ran the game. Shout-outs to team members of the Ratchet and Clank community who have made this run what it is over the years. Again, we've spoken about some of the big names, Dan, Muckerman, Mobius in this community. around Deadlocked.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to the Ratchet and Clank Discord. So all the Ratchet and Clank games have one single Discord. We're all in there. We all share strats. It's a great community and a great time. So if you're at all interested in the Ratchet and Clank games, come on in. Deadlocked is a great place to start. It's very beginner friendly. As you saw, a category like this, very fast paced, but is actually also super beginner friendly. So yeah, come on in. Yes, do you have any sort of final words?
No, not really. Just kind of unfortunate that happened right at the end. But
Film
yeah.
pace is great to see in a marathon.
So I don't know.
You put on a great show.
Yeah, I don't know how. I can't see the ESA timer or the UKSG timer, but my one was 46:39, which was That's my PB. Yeah, my PB is 46:26, which kind of annoys me because his fireproof who was 46:24, and it's just Anyway,
very close. Great showing for a marathon. Thank you for having us. And we'll see you guys around.
Thank you.
Okay, Matthias, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, both of you. That was a fantastic run. Coming up next, we've got Lost Ember, run by Hypnotics. I'd just like to read a quick donation, if you don't mind. We got $10 here from our very own Viper, saying, "Best of luck with the event, guys. Enjoy it all."